I'm Lou, and I'm going to guide you through our movement practice for today. Now, before we get started, as always, I would like you to make sure that your nasal passages are clear. We're going to spend just a couple minutes when we start to make sure that we are breathing clearly in and out of our nose, just the way that we are designed to breathe. So if your nose is a little bit stuffy, even if it's not, just take a moment, take a tissue, and clear your nose out. And once you're all done, have a yoga mat maybe beside you, padded mat or a yoga mat, whatever you like, and a little bit of water for hydration, and then we'll get started. Okay, good stuff. You're going to have your arms by your side. Keep the shoulders down for now. Body's in a relaxed position, and let's just take a moment to start to breathe. Breathe the way that you normally do. And then, depending on how you are breathing, we're going to switch into full nasal breathing by closing the lips. You're going to put the lips together and just breathe in through your nose. Nice big breath coming in. Hold the breath at the top, maybe for a second or two, and a full exhale to release. Now, for now, you can exhale through your mouth. And then bring your lips closed again, and then take that big breath in through your nose. And we'll just cycle through a couple of these nice and slow in, maybe even count up to 4 or 5 seconds on the inhalation, another 4 or 5 seconds on the exhalation. We'll just cycle through a couple of those. And as you do that, what we're trying to do here, in fact, is engage our diaphragm to help us breathe. That is how we're designed to breathe, and the intention of the diaphragm, which is the large muscle tucked underneath the rib cage, is moving up and down, just like a piston-like action as we breathe. And that's what we're trying to do. So we're keeping the chest area calm and breathing nice and deep through the belly. And we're going to move into that a little bit deeper now with maybe a bit more understanding. Take the right hand and bring it onto your belly. Take the left hand and bring it to your lower back. Stand tall and straight. So slight pressure with the two hands onto your body. And now you're going to, when you inhale, try and breathe into your belly and into your lower back. So into both hands. Try and fill those hand spaces up, and notice whether the breath is even coming into the belly or as if it's coming up into your chest. Many of us are chest breathers, and we're trying to readjust that and go back to more of a big, full belly type breath here. Now, it's not just the belly, it's also into the back. And in fact, it's even a full 360 that we're going to move into in just a moment. So you're going to breathe in and out deeply here. Let's just try and engage this breath so you're filling the front of the body up, you're filling the back of the body up as well. So it's a big inhale this way and a big exhale to go down. And then we'll repeat a couple of those. Inhale and exhale. Okay. And then you're going to take your hands onto the side. So just in that position, we're going to take the hands off to the side, below the rib cage and above the pelvic crest. Nice, cushy, soft spot here. And now when you breathe, you're going to try and breathe into the sides of your hands. So you're going to breathe, try and expand out through the sides. And then when you exhale, of course, everything is contracting into the center, expanding on the inhale, and then contracting through center. Try and stay with that really deep breath. So essentially, we're taking this shape, this body shape that's in the shape of a can, and it is expanding it more into a shape of a barrel when we're doing that deep breathing. And if you want to tap into a full, absolute full breath, then you fill this entire space up down here. And when that's full, that is when the chest also will fill as well to complete the breath cycle. So belly all the way, and then the chest to fill it all up, and then both chest and belly relax and exhale. So we spend just a few moments always to get this breathing engaged, and then we try and stay with this breathing as much as we possibly can through the entire rest of the movement practice. Okay, bring the hands down by your side, a little bit of light body movement to get us going. Lift the shoulders up and down just a tiny little bit. Lift the shoulders up and down. We're trying to get into some isolated body movements here. Really important to isolate body parts. Okay, up and down. Now lift the shoulders up, all the way up as hard as you can go. Tuck your head down so you get really tight. Now take a big breath into that belly space And then again, relax and drop down. Now bring your hands onto your waist. Just rock your body weight a little bit side to side. So I'm actually rolling off of the feet and rolling onto the edges of the feet as I move a little bit side to side. And if you notice, I'm not dipping on the top here. I'm trying to keep the shoulders right on top of the hips and just move really through this hip area as I move side to side. Then come back through neutral, right in the middle there, and then you're going to lift your heels up, then down, and then toes up. Heels up, toes up. Notice if the heels are coming apart or if you can keep your heels fairly neutral position as you lift up and down. Okay, and then we'll just come back to a neutral position. Again, with the hands in this position, you're going to try and create that big breath into the side and the full exhale. Now turn your head to the left. Take the chin to the shoulder as far as you can go. Come back to center position and turn your head to the other side. So the chin goes over to the right shoulder. You're going to go as far as you can go. And let's go back to center position and then look up. Look up. Keep your lips together as you look up. Try and go as far as you can without extension of the spine. And then you come forward, tuck your chin into your chest. And go as far as you can go. And again, back to center position. Right in the center, look straight ahead. Now again, one more time, I'm going to turn the head to the left. So the chin goes to the shoulder, but this time the ear drops to the shoulder, and I look up and peek at the ceiling and go all the way and do a head circle over to the other side and do it really slowly. So it's slow motion. You look down to the floor, peek at the floor, do a big circle all the way around. Full range of motion. We'll do about 3 or so in one direction, and we'll do the other side as well. And I'm going to do one more. And stay with that deep breathing if you can. Now back to neutral position. Turn the head to the right side. So head turns to the right. Drop the ear to shoulder. Look up at the ceiling and do a full head circle in the other direction. Really slow, paying attention to the movement. Full range of motion as much as you can. Really exaggerate. Do it slowly so that we can even get a better sense of the movement itself. Okay, and then back to neutral position. I'm going to stretch out the neck just a little bit more. Most of us have done this. I'm sure you've done this, but we'll do it nice and easy together. Just take the arms to the side. The right arm can go off to the side, make a fist, or tuck the arm behind you. The idea is to keep the shoulder down. So you don't want the shoulder up, you want the shoulder down. Head's going to turn to the left. I'm going to hold on to the side of the head and then slowly get into some tension, but keeping it, if 10 is the most, this is about a 4 or a 5. So just a little bit of a stretch, maybe tuck that right arm back a bit more. Look straight ahead. Now look up, maintain that tension level, and then start to look down. Look through the underarm on the left side. Release the tension and then bring your head back to neutral position. Should feel pretty good. All right, again, you can tuck the left arm behind you, turn the head to the right, hold on to the side of the head and drop to this side. Look straight ahead for now. Dial the tension up to about a 4 or 5. Now peek up at the ceiling. And then let's start to look down. Look through the underarm this time on the right side. Release the tension and then bring the head back to neutral. A good series of exercises too. This is a range of motion as we were doing for the neck muscles and all that stuff that holds our head up. A great way to strengthen some of these spaces as well is I'll show you just a little demonstration of how to strengthen. So this is range of motion, just the movement, but for strength, if you take your right hand, put it onto to the right side of your head, and then press your head in that direction and resist with the right hand. So really press, contract the muscle, press the hand in as the head goes into it as well. Press, 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 press. Do that for about 30 seconds. Slowly dial the tension down, let it go, and then bring the left hand to the side of the head, zero tension, and then start to dial it up. Press the head into the hand back into the head. Let's start to just turn it up. Turn the volume up on that tension level, and here again, should feel pretty good. A little more, a little more, a little more. Make sure you're breathing. So that's side to side. Release the tension, release, release, release. And we can also do front to back. If I stand this way, take the hand to your forehead, press your forehead into your hand and then the hand back. Do that for 30 seconds. Dial that up to probably a good 7 or 8 out of 10 here. Pressing forward. Should feel this in the back of the head. Press, 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 press. This is how we create strength. One of the ways, anyway. 30 seconds or so. And slowly release it. Just go back down to 0. Let go. And then you can do the same thing behind you. You can take one hand behind your head and then press the head back as the hand goes forward, but without moving your body at all, right? So just the head goes back, the hand pushes forward. You can even take that left arm to tuck it behind you in this position, just so that we find a neutral position here. And release that. Okay, now this time I'm going to change that up a little bit. I'm going to just drop my ear over to the right side, hold on with the right hand to the left side. Now I'm going to try and take my head back up. So I'm resisting, I'm pulling myself down this way, but I'm trying to move the head back up that way. Left arm back. So I'm trying to pull up, but I'm trying to stop with the hand at the same time. So I feel it right here on the open side, contracting the open side muscles here. I'm pulling down, but head is going back in the opposite direction. So I'm not allowing that stretch to happen, if you will. I'm just doing the opposite of it. 30 seconds. And you're going to release the tension, let the head go. Switch. Right arm goes back. Drop the head ear to shoulder. And this time you're going to hold on with the left hand and pull the head back, but resist with that hand. 30 seconds. And you can do these and repeat them as many times throughout the course of the day as you like. They're actually really, really good, especially not even for golf. It's kind of good for anything, especially if you're on the computer a lot. And release the tension and then let the head go back to neutral position. Okay, move that around a little bit. Should feel pretty good. Okay, now we'll move into the hands and wrists. So we want to just move around a little bit. Move the fingers around. So if you notice my fingers, I'm just trying to create a nice wavy-like action with my fingers. And turn the palms up, palms to the side, turn the hands the other way. Again, just get creative with this movement. Now we're going to make fists. Open and close, alternating the fist movements. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Now you're going to hold on to your right forearm. Hold on to the forearm, make a fist with the right hand, and then wrist movement only. So try not to move the whole arm. Hold on to the forearm, wrist extension and flexion, and then side to side. Maybe some circles. And again, notice what's happening when you're doing circles. Keep the arms straight. We're trying to get as much movement, rotational movement in the wrists. Then we're going to do the other side. The left arm is straight. Make the fist, hold on to the wrist on this side or a little bit above the wrist, and check this out. Feel how the left side is. Left into extension and flexion. Some circles. Just do the best you can, nice and slow movement. Okay, now we're just going to stretch it out with a little bit of an assistant. Right arm straight. Hold on to the fingers of the hand, just draw the fingers back a little bit. The tension level, about a 5 out of 10. So not too much. We're stretching out the bottom of the forearm. Into flexion. Hold on to the hand, just draw it back a bit, and now we're stretching out the top. One more time, into extension. And into flexion. Again, I'm going to hold on from the front is best for me, and then I just draw the hand back. Tension level is about, not really much more than about a 5 or so. And I'm going to switch and do the other side. Whew, that feels pretty good. Okay, left side. Extension. Hold on to the fingers or your hand, and then just draw it back a little bit. Let's dial it up, maybe again, a 4 or 5 on the tension level, just so you feel it on the bottom of the forearm. And then into flexion, we feel it on the top this time. One more time this way. One more time that way. Take your time. Good stuff. And we'll just shake that up and let it go. Bring your hands together with the palms touching, elbows tucked into your body. Interlace your fingers, and with a slow movement, let's just see if we can create some sort of a rotational movement through the wrists. Tendency for many of us is to kind of just like happily go through this, right? But I want you to do it really slowly. Just go into a full range of motion. Try not to move the arms and the shoulders, just the wrists as much as possible, just the wrists only. It's absolutely crucial that through these series of movements that we do, that we try and isolate the body parts as best that we can. Isolated body parts work really, really well independently, and then most certainly when we put them all together in compounding movements. Okay, and then other direction. This is also a great way to create a mind-body connection, to be more aware of all of these spaces. Because otherwise, how often are you really aware of your wrists? Unless something happens, you're usually not aware. Okay. Now I'm going to move into more of an action-like movement with the arms moving into shoulders as well, and then trying to create again, some sort of a circular serpentine-like movement. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You're just trying to create as much of a circle as you can. And then go in the other direction. Okay, now this one I'm going to lift the arms up to shoulder height. And I'm going to try and create a wave. What will that wave look like? Can I move through the wrists and fingers and shoulders and elbows in a wave-like action? Again, do it really slow. And then neutral, and then I go the other way. Okay, that is the movement part. Let's do a little bit of strengthening part through that space as well. This time I'm going to take the left hand, make a fist on the right, bring the two together. So fist into the hand, lift the shoulders up, or the elbows up, excuse me, to shoulder height. As I press the two together, I'm going to extend the arms and then circle in and up. Circle in and up. In, up. So it's more out, I guess, out and up, and then other direction. So this time down, out, and back. And this tension level is whatever you like here. It can be about probably a decent 5 or so out of 10. And then we switch left fist into right hand, elbows up, and then we do the same movement and just see what it's like on this other side. So we'll do a couple this way, and then we'll do a few on the way back. Other direction. Lots of cool movements through the shoulder. And then we'll let that go. Okay, a little bit of arm movement now. Lift one arm up without moving the spine or the rib cage, just the arm as far as you can go. Arm down and then back as far as you can go without leaning forward. Then we switch, just do the other arm. Arm up, simple movement. Up, 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 and then down without moving the rib cage. And then we're going to do both arms up, reach, and then both arms down. You want to keep the heads of the shoulders down, not up, but down, okay? Arms back, and then you go up and down. Then we're going to go side to side. So you're going to take the arms to the side, cross with arms straight, open, and again, arms straight, cross at the top, and then you'll switch and you'll cross the other way. Okay. Now we're going to take the arms out, bending at the elbows, and the tendency here is to lower the elbows. You're going to keep the elbows a little bit higher, and also the hands here want to be in line with the forearms, so no movement of the hand in this direction, right? The hands just stay. And then we're going to rotate, take the arms down as far as you can go, and then open up as far as you can go. Close it, open it. And we don't want to see any of these funky type of movements, okay? Just the arms as much as possible, all through the shoulder. Then maybe even switch it up, one or the other. A couple of these. And arms down and shake that out. Okay, let's go back into shoulder mobility. When we think of rotational movement, the rotation in most cases, the extreme rotation, happens through the thoracic part of the spine in the back. So really the area above and below the shoulder blades, very little movement happening from the actual lumbar spine. It happens in between your shoulder blades. So we want to get those shoulder blades moving as much as we can. And that's what we're going to do in a series of movements now. So we're going to lift the right arm up, take the arm across your body as far as you can go, and with a slight assist with the other arm, pull the arm across. Try not to rotate the rib cage. Just pull the arm to give this loose movement. This pulls the shoulder blade away from the other one behind you. It's a pretty nice movement. And then we're going to just let go and do the other one. So left arm up, drag that across. Bit of an assist. You should feel actually a really nice stretch here as well. And then we're going to get into some mobility work on the shoulder. It's really quite important that we free up the shoulder blades. Shoulder blades, because of the musculature, tend to stick sometimes on the rib cage. Okay, we're going to let that go. Let's take the arms back off to the side. Let's bend the elbows. Now, I'm going to bring the elbows together, forearms together, hands together. All right, and the hands are away from my face, so they're not close. They're just like in a 90-degree position. And then I'm going to try and lift the arms up without separating the arms or elbows. Keep your hands together, keep the elbows together, lift up and down, whatever range of motion you can manage, but keep the elbows touching. Up and down. Up and down. Any amount. Up and down. Full range of motion. And let that go. and shake that out. Okay, that is a very challenging series of movements that we're trying to really master as much as we can. We're going to do one more that's going to go even a little bit deeper. In yoga, this is referred to as eagle arms. Eagle arms. So you're going to take the arms up. Let's take the left a little bit higher than the right. Now cross the arms until you get to the elbows. Elbow to elbow, bend the arms and try and hook onto your hands as best as you can, or any amount here. Maybe just hook onto a finger. Try and get the whole hand if you can. And then from this position, again, the hands should stay away from the face. Lift up and down any amount to try and move through this range of motion of the shoulder. Up and down, up and down. This will allow your shoulder blades and the shoulder socket to just move nice and freely. Okay, and one more. Release and shake that out. We're going to do the other side. So the left arm is a little higher. We're going to take the right arm a little higher, cross to the elbows, hook onto your fingers, and keep the hands away from your face. And then we go up and down a little bit, up and down. Really good for shoulders. Okay, and last one, then we come down. Good. Shake that out. Oh, okay, my shoulders feel pretty good. Now we're going to move through the spine a little bit, and we're going to take the hands behind the head. Take the elbows wide, chest wide, look up, take a big breath, and you're going to start to bring the arms forward, round through your spine, tuck the elbows into your chest, bend halfway, and then come on back up again. Open up, look up, take a big breath, and repeat. So bring the elbows forward, round your spine, tuck your forehead into your, or the chin into your chest, and come on up and open up, and then we'll repeat. A couple more. Tuck in, open, and tuck in. Roll the spine. Come on up. We'll do one more. Open and release, arms down by your side. Okay, good stuff. We're going to, a little bit, in a couple minutes, we're going to get onto a mat space where we're going to work on our pelvic tilt movement onto when we're lying on our back. But we're going to just try and do that standing for now. So what I'm going to do is just bend my knees slightly, bring the hands to the knees, and I'm going to arch my back quite a bit. So I'm going to create that arch in the lower back. Take a big breath, and when you exhale, contract the abdominal muscles and tuck the tailbone under, trying to straighten out the lower back. So very slow movement. Inhale to release, arch your back, and exhale, maybe count to 5. As you exhale and tuck, hold it there for a second or two, and then release, let it go, just soften. So this is a anterior and posterior pelvic tilt. It's a tilt forward, it's a tuck underneath. So you tilt forward and then you tuck. Take a quick break. Come on up. A great way actually to think about this. Think about the pelvic space as a bowl of water. Okay, bowl of water. If you tilt forward, you're going to dump that water out. If you tuck back, you're going to contain or hold the water in. So let's do that. Come to this position and then dump the water out. Then neutralize, hold the water in as you tuck your tailbone under. So this is a great way to think about this movement. Hold the water in or dump the water out. Water stays in, water goes out. Tuck and tilt. Tilt forward, tuck back. And one more. And release. Okay, how are we doing on time? Good stuff. Okay, now we're going to move into the lower body, and then we're going to lie down onto the floor just to do that pelvic tuck onto the floor. For now, hands come at your waist. Yeah, let's rock a little bit just the way that we started, side to side on the edges of our feet. And then you're going to come onto the flat surface of the feet and still do the rocking motion. Try and keep equal weight into both feet as much as you can. Equal weight into both feet. Rock side to side. So if you notice my shoulders, I'm not doing anything on top here. I'm trying to stay really quite neutral and move the shoulders right on top of the hip space. And then I'm going to turn that into a circle. As much as you can, move into a range of motion to creating this circle. Okay, and then other direction. I'm just going to pick the other direction. And then come into a neutral position. Okay, let's just do a little bit of balancing stuff. Again, hold the hands just on your side here for placement. Lift one leg, hold, and just hover there for a second or two. And we try not to move too much. So just a little bit as you switch the weight from side to side. Maybe try and stand as still and upright as possible and just move one leg. Find that balance. One at a time. Now you're going to lift the right leg up and let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Nice and slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Again, do the right side. Right leg goes up. Maybe lift it up a little bit higher. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Left leg goes up. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good stuff. Oh, just got dark. Well, just got light. Okay, I'm going to lift the leg up, lift the arms up, and then try and lean forward as you kick the leg back. Maybe come and touch the floor. Stand up, lift the arms up, lift the leg up. Let's just cycle through a couple of those. Standing on the left leg, you're coming down. Extend the right leg behind you. Come down, touch the floor with your fingertips. Come on back up. Woo. Let's try and control that movement. I'm going to do one more. And back to neutral position. Okay, we're going to try and do the other side. Lift the left leg, lift the arms, hinge your body forward, extend the left leg, touch the floor, come on up, and we switch. Knee up, arms up. We'll do 3 of them. We'll do one more. And back to that neutral position. Okay, good stuff. All right, we're going to get onto the mat and we're going to work through a little bit of a pelvic tilt and tuck, and then we're going to move through some bridge poses to just fire up the glutes a little bit to create some strength in the glutes. So get onto the floor and we'll just go through a quick demonstration of how best to create this tilt, tuck situation. So once you're onto the mat space, let's get the right hand, tuck it underneath your lower back, and just a nice neutral position here. Now I'm going to try and arch my back so I'm pulling the lower back away from my hand. Take a nice big breath in. When you exhale, bring your belly button down towards your body and then press your lower back into your hand. So you want to really feel that pressure of the hand, of the lower back pushing into the hand. And then inhale, release the tension and pressure. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under and push your lower back into the floor. And it can be quite firm. Cycle through a couple of those. Think about 4 or 5 seconds per movement. So create the space, 4 seconds, and then get rid of that space as the lower back pushes while you exhale. Inhale to release. Exhale to tuck. Inhale to release. And exhale to tuck. Okay, now keep your hand there. Keep your hand there. Push your lower back into the floor a lot, and then press into your heels as you lift the pelvis off the floor. Lift as high as you can go, maybe even between the shoulder blades, and then come down, push that lower back into the floor, and lift right back up again. And this is how we engage the glute muscles, by keeping the spine more neutral, less of an arch in the back. And up and down a few times. And do the last one. Okay, take the hand out of the way, and this time take the feet off the floor too. We're going to just bend our knees into this 90-degree position. You can take your hands behind your head if you like. You can have your arms up if you like. Any of these variables are totally fine. The arms can even go by your side. I typically like to have my hands here. So in this position, my lower back is touching the floor quite nicely. I'm going to try and extend the leg, the right leg, try and bring the right heel down and still keep the lower back touching. Or just go as far as you can go. And if you feel your lower back release, you've gone too far, challenge the movement. Stay in that movement, but keep your lower back onto the floor. So if your leg only goes this far, then keep the lower back at that point, and then bring the leg back and switch. Extend the other leg. Only go as far as you can without the lower back lifting. So you're going to challenge and eventually try and straighten the leg out completely. And come back. Switch. Keep those abs contracted. Keep that spine pulling in towards your body as you switch side to side. Great core work here. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Bring your feet to the floor. Relax your body. And drop your knees a little bit side to side. Now, a good observation point here is how much tension are you actually feeling in your lower back? If there's a lot, then it's a couple of things. It's technique. The lower back has to press down a little bit more, and your abs have to be on. These abdominal muscles need to be contracted, really on strong. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more. This is the last one. This is the tabletop bird dog, upside down tabletop bird dog position, where I bring the legs up again. Bring your hands onto your knees. Now the knees are coming back and the hands are going forward for resistance. And again, you can dial this up quite a bit. Just trying to keep mine around 5 or so out of 10. Lower back is on the floor. Lower back on the floor. Maybe draw the knees back a little bit, and that can help that lower back stay onto the floor. And then we're going to release just the right side, extension with the arm and leg, and then come back, switch, and do the left side. And at no point does the lower back release off the floor. So that's the work here, is to keep the hand in tension with the lap. As you switch side to side, extending the arm and the leg, but keeping the lower back isolated and not moving at all, or as little as possible. Okay, one more on the right side for me. And I come back to neutral, and I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds. Draw the knees in, push the hands in, and resist. 30 seconds. 15, we're halfway through. Keep that tension high. You should feel this in the abs quite a bit. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, woof, bring your feet down. Again, a little rocking motion side to side. Okay. Great job, everyone. That is our movement practice for today. Give all of those a try. Watch these recordings and repeat them over and over again. Create strength, flexibility, and a great body all ready for golf. Thanks, everybody. Have a fabulous day. And